What if I told you that all fear is the fear of love? What would you do if I told you that? Because I just told you that. You would probably think, no, I'm afraid of death. Like I've been. Very afraid of death. It seems like you are afraid of death, or you are afraid of this thing, you are afraid of what people think about you, you're afraid of what can you be afraid of? You can be afraid of a lot of things, but I would speak from my own experience. Fear, just fear. You can fill in for yourself what you're fearful for. It is actually the fear of love. And this is a very interesting thing, because it seems like you are always resisting the fear. Like that's how the fear exists. You're fearful, you have a thought about the future, always. A thought of what's going to happen, a thought of something wrong in this present moment. There's something wrong with you, how you're feeling a certain way. You're probably afraid of feeling a certain way. You're probably afraid of a feeling, but in your head you have a whole different story. You're fighting against something. But it is not you fighting against the fear or fighting against the death or you being fearful for the death. It's actually you being identified with the fearful thoughts that are fighting against the love that releases them. And that releases you from these thoughts. Because if you love those thoughts, and if you love the fear, and if you love yourself through what you're feeling, it doesn't have a grip on you, does it? Because there's no resisting, it's just what it is. If you fully would love what there is right now, the fear, the thoughts, the pain, the painful feeling, the emotions you don't want to get to, maybe even trauma, probably some deeper rooted trauma that's creating this fear. It's just afraid of your light. It's just afraid of your love. Or the love of God, you could say. Because then it cannot exist anymore. Then this whole thought pattern, this whole identity, this whole world you created in your head with all of these surviving tactics to not feel this, to be fearful for a future that doesn't exist, they all get released if the love can get through. It cannot exist anymore. So of course you're fearful for death, you're fearful of dying, but the trick is, it is not you who is fearful. It is the thought of death itself that is fearful of love. So I would explain it like this. You have the fear here, and you're in a fearful state of mind, and you're fighting against something. You don't want to feel this way, and you think you're fighting against the fear. But you're identified with the fear and with the thoughts that accompany this fear, that is fighting against the love that fully accepts this very moment as it is. And if you could fully realize that, then there's nothing to be afraid of. And the scariest part for the ego, there's nothing to hold on to. There's not even a process. For all my guys or women watching, I don't know, there's not even a process anymore. I mean the spiritual people who are like on a spiritual path or something. There's nothing to find in the future anymore, because the whole concept, the whole idea of finding something in the future, a state that is better than this, is just a denial of this present moment. And this present moment is full of love. And then you could say, what is love? What is love? No, I would say love is a full surrender. Really, the melting of separation. The melting away of all the things that aren't you, and all the things that aren't you are mostly thoughts and emotions that are stuck. You can feel them in your body if you really feel. And then you're also scared to feel the love. So it's two things. So now it's actually one thing, but you're scared to feel the love, so you're scared to feel. But you're also scared to feel the pain. Because a lot of people cannot feel love. Or a lot of people cannot feel. You cannot feel pain and you cannot feel the love if you don't feel. And most of the time you have to get through the pain to feel the love. You cannot get away from the pain and just think like, oh, everything is love, I'm gonna be alright, blah blah blah, this and that. You have to really feel through what needs to be felt through, and most of the time it's like a painful trauma. Maybe something with your dad, maybe something with your mom, maybe you've been bullied. I don't know what happened to you. But you have to get through it, you know? And you have to laugh through it, laugh through the pain. I would say love is known pain. Love is felt pain. You have to laugh through the pain. And then realize it wasn't even actually like pain, or it wasn't like you could not separate the pain from the love anymore, because you love the pain so fully that in the pain you become present. You can become present with the feeling, and the feeling transmutes. The painful feeling transmutes to love, and you can relax finally. What a long time I haven't been relaxing. I would say the opposite of fear is trust. What if you trust the fear? Or the opposite of fear is love. Love and trust. So what if you would trust the fear? Would it turn into love? Like, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to make a concept of this in your mind. You have to try it out yourself, how hard it can be, because it is hard. It is very hard. To really clear up these emotions that have been holding you back, to really get rid of this, not even get rid of it, but like go through the pain, go through what you're feeling. I would say especially for us guys, we're not really, most of the time we're so far away from how we feel, from our emotions. But I would say the message for you, and the message for myself also, is really love yourself. And it sounds so corny. All the 15-year-old girls on Instagram post quotes about love yourself, and It's such an overused thing. Also love, like the word, people are using it so many times, so it's a bit of a almost a corny thing to say love yourself, but really love yourself through everything you're feeling, you know. Be your own best friend. Really love yourself so deeply in the present moment that you don't have to get anywhere else. And then you realize there is nowhere else. There is nowhere else. So you're trying to get away from here, to get away from this pain, or to get away from this fear. This is already here, and there is nowhere else than here. The future in your head is just a thought. The past inside of your head is also just a thought. So you're thinking in this present moment. So that's all there is. So love yourself in this present moment. There's no later moment that you can do it. It's only right now. So do it right now. That's the thing I wanted to share. Talk to you guys later.